Hi, this is Leigh Ambergy, stampwithleigh.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mentor, Ohio, and thank you for stopping by today for my video. This is a card, kind of an Easter card. You could always make it anything you want. You can stamp a different greeting inside or just leave it blank for your handwritten message. But this card was featured at a recent creative fancy fold class I have. And this was fancy fold number 52. And when I started this class a couple years ago, everybody has seems like different names for the folds. You know, what I would call whatever, I was always told this was an ABC fold. Someone else calls it an XYZ fold or whatever. So I just started, I said, you know, I'm just going to number these cards, these folds. And the class features 3 folds, 3 cards. And I have the directions for you. And it's kind of like it starts off as like what I call a classroom type class, where we sit at the one table for card number, 49, 50, whatever, and they have practice cardstock. So we sit as a group while I am saying you score alongside, then we're going to do this, and okay, here now, just assemble the card base. It's no designer series paper, stamping, or whatever. Then we move on to the next table, and we all, so that everybody can understand. They have the directions. I'm reading through it from the directions, and then I sort of turn them loose. And then they go back to whatever table they want to start at, and they start making the actual card, the real card. So at the end of the class, they have 3 creative fancy fold cards. They have templates that go with those cards, and they have the directions. And I tell them all, write the number on the card. After you assemble your practice, the practice card, write that number on it so that you know which one it corresponds to. But for today's class, this is not going to be a creative or fancy fold video. I'm changing something. I mean, I really like how this card, it's got this like inside floating flap or whatever. But I'm not going to do this inside part. I'm going to do it, but it's not going to be like this. And this card features the Storybook Friends bundle. This is a whole suite of product in the mini catalog, but I am using this bundle. I'm also using the exposed brick embossing folder. We did some blends. This cardstock is from the mini catalog. It's the Timeless Plaid designer series paper. And as you can see, I didn't know which was what, so I just reversed some. So what I'm going to do is just go through this with you on what we're doing. So for now, I have already colored my little bunny. I didn't think you wanted to sit there and watch me color the bunny, but I used my stamping blondes. I stamped in Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I used Crumb Cake, who is this one? Flirty Flamingo, and Balmy Blue for my little bunny, because that was the colors that went with my designer series paper. So I did score my cardstock already, and I am just going to fold that on my score lines. And this is just, I scored it in half, and then just score it in half again. Basically, that's what that fold is. So there's my card base. And then here are my other pieces. And I know you're going to look at this and go, holy smoly, Leigh, what are you doing with all those pieces of cardstock? And again, it's just break everything down. So this was my smallest piece. I knew that was going to be what I was coloring. So then it's just a matter of just don't get overwhelmed. Okay, that's my back piece. I know this is going to be my front piece. So it's like, okay, this I embossed off camera. So it's like, okay, that's not going to fit there. I'm looking at my sample. Okay, that's what goes there. I think I like it better that way. That's what goes there. So I know that goes there. I know that's my bunny. I'm going to die cut that. So here are these are the only 2 die cuts I'm using. So it's like, okay, I know I'm going to die cut my bunny. And it's like, now what am I going to do? Okay, well, this has got to be my die cut. How do I get my white? Oh, I see. This is what's die cutting this. And all I need is this inside piece. I don't need another piece of white that is the size because that's not my frame. My frame is my misty blue. That's what I want out of this. This white is strictly the inside piece. So there, everything is broken down. I know these two are getting die cut. So what I said, and I said I was going to make this a little bit different. This is my inside piece. So I don't want the flap. I just want this back here. So I'm just doing something a little bit different. And I still think I'm going to be able to, get it to work. All right, so let's do the die cutting. So I've got my Stampin' Cut mini off to the side. So I don't know. I don't think I can get both of these on here at one time. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough room for my little bunny if I do both of these. Oh, yeah, I will. Okay, so I just know I want the inside, and just so this doesn't shift on me, I'm going to use a piece of paper tape. Okay, let me get my little bunny girl on here. Get her lined up. What I think looks good. Right, that looks good. All right, so I'm going to run these through my top plate on here. Okay, so let me run these through before she falls off. Oh, come on, it's not. I am trying to sit down and do this, and I know better because I can never seem to die cut while I'm sitting. Oh, okay, it's I'm getting it. I usually stand up. My Stampin' Cut, my regular Stampin' Cut machine is off on a like a standalone table. Actually, it's a cart, but that is off, and when I'm working, it forces me to get up and go die cut so that I'm just not constantly sitting here doing nothing. At least it makes me feel like I'm getting some type of exercise. So yeah, so I am just always used to standing up to die cut. So then when I don't, it just feels, different. Oh, some things you just get so used to in your life that, yeah, you don't think there's any other way to do it. Yeah, okay, let's see here. That's the inside that I don't need. I do need the inside. And I did, there it is. I did bend my one little curly Q thing, but that's okay. Get all of these things popped out of here. There we go. All right, they're all out. I don't need that. That's scrap, or if you want to use it for something else. Okay, so let's just get started with assembling all this. I'm going to get some dimensionals going on the back of my little bunny. And these are just pieces, parts, and all parts of dimensionals work. Okay. Oh, I got to stamp my little greeting on here. Hello, friend. When I want to stamp, I do want to keep this as a spring or Easter card. So let me get my mat. Stamp my greetings. So I've got Happy Spring. That's going here. And hopefully I can get that centered. And I know my head's probably sticking into the camera, but that's the way I stamp. I need to be like right on top of it stamping. Okay, and this one's going to go near the bottom with Hello Friend. Wow. Wowzers! They both turned out pretty good. No wonder it's snowing outside. Yeah, it's Northeast Ohio. It's what, April, whatever day it is. What is this, 15th, 16th? April, February. I am so sick of this snow. I'm so sick of this snow and cold weather. Yeah, we've been pretty fortunate. Our last couple of winters have not been, as snowy or as cold as they have been this year. Which do I want, the debossed side or the embossed side? Which one do I want? I think I kind of like the debossed. Wrong way. Oh, out of adhesive. Let's try this one. There we go. All right, so now it's just coming the part to layer everything together. Okay, let me get my liquid adhesive for this. And this is our liquid glue, our Tombow liquid glue, and I just have mine in a very fine tip bottle. Okay. I'm going to see if I can get this somewhat centered. So that looks good. And for right now, I'm just going to I'm going to just push down with one of our blocks, one of our clear blocks. Okay. Just to make sure that that's nice and adhered. Now I'm going to take my white piece. And that's going to go inside. So that is going to go in the inside of that. Okay, so that's all done. So let me get the rest of this. Okay, let me get this onto here. So this is our inside greeting. And again, like I said, I am not going to have this be the spring panel or the floating panel or whatever you want to call how we did that for the creative fold class. This is just strictly just something a little different. So my designer series paper is going to go on this first front panel. This piece of the timeless plaid is going to go on the inside. Okay, now, how to get these, even with this as the fold, how to get these to line up. So what you do is, or what I did that made it easy for me, is to put my greeting on the inside. Trying to make sure it looks like it's centered. Okay, that looks like it's centered. Okay, I know I only want adhesive on this end, okay, because I don't want any adhesive over here. So I want adhesive on that one end only. So that's where I'm putting my adhesive. Then what I'm going to do is I only want this part to cover up the white, like the white cardstock. So that's what I'm lining up. Because I still have this with the border. See how there's still the border with the two? So that's how I've lined that up. So when you look at it, you just think this is just another border. And then there's your message on the inside. So now we're just going to remove the backing, maybe, from our dimensionals. And we're going to put our little bunny on the front. And then I have one more thing. This is an online exclusive, and it's a two-tone sparkle gems, and they coordinate with Balmy Blue and Bubble Bath. So there's really no bubble bath in here, but it just sort of gives us something that looks to me like just a little iridescent glow of something. But it still looks really, I think it still looks really cute. So I'm just going to put that in the center on the top of here. And whoa, we are all done. So yeah, so this is what we went from our Creative Fancy Fold, which that is such a pretty card. But yeah, just making it kind of like a plain Jane. It's still, you still have a fold, but there's just not that inside panel, you know, that free floating inside panel. So yeah, so what a great way to take something that's kind of fancy and just bring it down a notch. So instead of, you know, taking something up and stepping it up, again, I'm doing another card where I kind of stepped it down. Same concept, just one less fold in the card. So again, this is my Hello Friend card, and it features the Storybook Friends bundle and the Timeless Plaid Designer Series paper. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.